Cock 45, and yes, it's a Glock. Coming to you from the beautiful hills. Oh yes, I'm your internet shooting companion too. Coming to you from the beautiful hills of Middle Tennessee and all of Tennessee, the home of, I got a frog in my throat, Tennessee frog. The home of who? Well, let's see, the relocated, chosen home of Loretta Lynn, Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash. I could list hundreds, right, of famous singers without any trouble. Remember, this is Tennessee. This is Nashville, basically. So there's no end to that. Anyway, we had lots of people here that you would know the names of, and some even more important people like Alvin York, right? Yeah, that's a Glock. Ah, man, what are you doing bringing a Glock out to shoot out? I mean, is that what you do? You decide to go over and talk to us and just, bring a firearm to shoot and plink with, something that you enjoy shooting. Don't you get enough Glocking? All the Glock videos you make, Glock comparisons. Well, actually, this is, let's see if you can tell what it is. See if you can tell by the sound of it, okay? First time I fired it, and whoa, whew, it's been, man, time gets away, maybe in 2 or 3 years. So I'm gonna see if I can shoot it. I'll see if I can hit that target. I'll start easy. All right, all in the red. Wow, at that long range. Let me try the pig. All right. All right, not bad, considering I have not fired it in a long time. And you're thinking, yeah, really, it makes a big difference. How many other Glock 9s have you fired? Well, this is a Glock 40. I decided to bring out the 40 and fire it. I haven't fired a Glock 40 caliber. I mean, wow, it has been a long time. Long time. I have to think about that one a while, how long it's been. Because I put all my Glock 40 mags in one place or away, sort of, so I wouldn't confuse them with my 9. It was one reason I kind of went to 9 exclusively. Well, not exclusively, but versus 40, because the mags are interchangeable, basically. They look alike, same size, the guns are the same size, and all that sort of thing. So you have a little room for error there if you're not careful, right? So the old Glock 23, used to be my favorite firearm, carry firearm at least, right? I have a video on that. And I still like it, to tell you the truth, a lot. And that's kind of why. It feels like an old friend. I'm going to shoot some more. That's why I came over here. And to talk to you all too, of course. So, how you been? We're still sort of in lockdown. Although May 3rd, some people are getting out of lockdown, right? Either by decree or by choice or by civil disobedience, right? In fact, I had lunch today at Longhorn Steakhouse, went in and sat down and had lunch. It was nice. Yeah, my wife and I went to Clarksville and had lunch at the Longhorn Steakhouse. Kind of nice. We're going to go somewhere tomorrow, and we're going to go somewhere probably every day this week if we're not working. Yeah, doing videos. I call that work. It's not really work, is it? So it's been nice. It's nice to get out. And wow, a lot of people are out and around. Well, they have been actually in my neck of the woods. Maybe not where you live, but other than some places being closed, there hasn't been a lot of difference in people out and around. Other than there is a difference because a lot of places there's no reason to get out. You can't go to the movies or whatever it might be. If you're going grocery shopping or hardware store, you get out, post office, gas stations, essential businesses, right? So anyway, we may talk some more about that, but yeah, anyway, it's kind of nice. And I want to thank the PayPal and Grips. Someone I'll give a shout out to is that makes our paper targets for us is Gun Fun Targets. You see them in a lot of gun shops. You look going through Targets, you notice a lot of those are made by Gun Fun. And I ordered some new ones just a couple of days ago. Wow, and they came, already here. And so I was able to put them up. So because we're constantly have to modify them and wanting to modify them, and just every now and then. And so I think it's nice to have that too. So anyway, because they're free, they do those for us for free. So I wanted to acknowledge that help. We appreciate it. We're very transparent. Okay, we don't keep a lot of secrets. Some specifics are nobody's business. Like how much money do I make? How much money do you make? How much do you pay in taxes? Or how much do you owe the IRS? What is your credit card? I mean, the stuff's just not my business, and stuff's not anybody else's business. But we're very transparent in terms of, as what we do here, and because credibility has really always been important to me. It's not just because we do these videos. I wasn't going to talk about this, but probably 90% of what I talk about, I wasn't going to talk about. It come to my mind. I don't know about you all. I hope it's important to you if you're 15 or 12, 10, 5, or wait, bug. There's enough invisible bugs coming after all of us. Or 55, that your credibility, they used to call it, at least in the Westerns and a lot of the movies, they call it your word. They call it your word. I grew up with that ethic that kind of got across to me. You're as good as your word, meaning if you say you're going to do something, you're going to do it. In other words, you tell the truth. You say what you do. What you say. You do what you say you're going to do. Okay, and that's kind of the way my family was, and most people I knew. Fortunately, I didn't grow up with a bunch of liars or low-life folks. I think there were probably some in the family I didn't know too well, but I mean, distant family, relatives, I don't know. But and we all grew up in a different environment. That makes it tough, I know. But you just, and I have not always been an angel, but you just realize, man, you really are only as good as your word. And if you have no credibility, what do you really have that's of any worth to anybody? And we've all known somebody like that. Maybe you went to high school with them or to college with them. They were in the same dorm, or you just know them in the business world or where you work. There's somebody that you just can't trust what they say. Two-faced, or they say one thing, do another. And they may be a manager, maybe somebody above you in the company or something. You just sort of have to go your own way, work around them, and be aware of how they are. There's somebody around like that, isn't there, quite often. But anyway, credibility is so important. Because boy, you tell a couple of lies, you fabricate something, you pretend you're somebody you're not a time or two, and guess what? Nobody's going to trust you. Nobody's going to trust you. So just a little lesson. None of us is perfect, but just a little lesson to young folks and all of us. We've got to keep that in mind, right? So anyway, credibility. Transparency is a little bit different. You don't have to be transparent. I mean, you can just say, nobody's business. Do what we do. Let people assume what they want, infer what they want. But there's so much in the show business world. Are we in show business? But in the media world. There are so many superficial people, so many people vying for attention and doing anything to get it, that I think a person is a little more obligated to maybe make it even more clear, where they stand on things, and if you're not hiding important, significant facts, and if you're not unethical, you maybe need to make people aware of how you operate anyway. I don't know if that made any sense, but it just sort of came to mind. So what we're going to talk about, well, there's 40. I haven't shot for a long time. You just saw me shoot it for the first time in years. Not sure how many. I'll have to calculate it. And I do shoot a lot of shooting, and I do tend to actually forget. That's one area where I have caught myself in a couple of videos saying something that was not true. Speaking of liars, I remember one was saying I'd never fired a certain firearm. And I remember after the video thinking, oh my God, yeah, I did. I actually owned one of those for a short period of time. Come think of it, many years back, I just totally forgot about it. And it's something else like that. So with me, it's just feeble-mindedness, okay? What we're going to talk about though, I don't know. How about April and some gun rights, some I don't know, the bug that's going around. That's some of that, and it's kind of whatever comes to mind, like what I've been doing, like whatever came to mind. It sort of hit me. Well, it is at the end of April. Okay, we kept our promise. We kept our word. How's that? We didn't really promise, but we kept our word. We said we'd post every day. We did. In fact, when was it? Wednesday or Thursday of this past week, I posted twice. I had set one video to scheduled to post. I've been doing that a little bit recently. I had never done that in the past. I just get up and make them live. And I forgot I'd done it, and I posted a different video. So we had 2 videos one day, right? You can send me a check for that. And the TAC 13 that day, and I think a shotgun, the 590 retro big game hunt, I think, ended up posting the same morning. And I shouldn't have posted the next day, but I did, which was like April 30th, their last day, I think, Thursday maybe, I don't know. I should not have posted, because I didn't owe you one, but I did. And you know what I did too? I got to thinking, I said, oh man, these people, a few of them, some people probably tired of seeing Hickok 45 videos, but then some people actually watch them and are happy to see them appear, right? Are happy to get the notification. I hope you get the notification. I hope you're checking the channel. I thought, you know what? There are going to be some people wake up Friday morning, May the 1st. They're going to be so depressed because there's no video, because April's over. And it maybe wasn't a regular posting day or something. Sometimes Friday is. Friday or Saturday usually post. But if I skip Friday, I just don't want to be responsible for people jumping off bridges, jumping off buildings, and that kind of thing. And I just don't want to hear people crying. And so I went ahead and posted something. Yeah, I think an FAQ. Yeah, I think it was the FAQ. Yeah. About the hot ammo, warm ammo. So, I went ahead and did it. And then, Saturday as well, because Saturday was going to be the posting day. I was going to skip Friday, of course, and then post Saturday. And then today, Sunday. And so, so really this thing has gone on through the 3rd, right? All right. Now, we kept our word. And I hope it was of some help, and I know a lot of you have expressed appreciation. That's the only reason we did it. We want to get a big pat on the back, right? No, I've explained that. We could do it, so we did it. We've worked hard, I will say, in April. We have done, we have spent a lot of time on the range, a lot of guns. Oh my gosh, my reloading room, and which I kind of work out of. I don't leave guns in it out there, but the shed kind of thing, but there's always guns coming in and out, and get this ammo for that. We need these 2 or 3 kinds of ammo today for these videos we're going to be doing, and cleaning the guns and in and out, and put this ammo in a basket. And okay, finish up, bring it back in there. I mean, there's so many hours I need to spend in there just getting ammo organized. And I don't leave a lot of ammo in there either, but just getting it organized, because it's been a flurry. I didn't want to get behind. We still have videos, but we did not deplete our supply. We've been making a lot of good video and some, I think, some fun videos, interesting videos you'll be seeing. So we've been working hard. Okay, so give me a big pat on the back. No, I appreciate you all more. I don't just say that to say it. I mean, we didn't have to do that, of course, and you would never have known, right? If we just had never mentioned it. All right. We really do appreciate you all, and we wouldn't be doing what we're doing without you all. I say that all the time, and it's just something that we could do, so we did it. All right. Now you owe me something, though. You do owe me something. No pats on the back, none of that, but you do owe me some homework. Okay. In fact, a couple of people have mentioned that, about how, man, when this is over, I'm gonna miss doing the daily post or whatever. I'm gonna go back and catch up on some videos that you've already posted, which I say, hallelujah. Yeah, please do. There are a lot of videos that we have done, believe it or not, 1,800. All right, and they're timeless. Almost all of them are timeless. Okay, so I mean, again, not to sound arrogant, but if you like what we do, there's hundreds probably you haven't seen, and they're just like what we're doing now. We have not really changed much. That might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. Yeah, I get occasionally a message or like I say a comment. Somebody wish we would change the range. It's getting old or something. Well, hey, man, it took me a good while to get the perfect shooting range for me. I'm not going to change it up. The star of the videos is the guns. It's that simple. So, the guns are the stars. So, anyway, please make sure you're checking the channel because we're posting 3-4 times a week, and there are a lot of videos you have missed. A lot of probably brilliant videos, okay, that you would enjoy. So don't forget that. That's all you owe us, okay? Try to watch these stupid things we make, okay? I'm gonna load this up again, do you mind? All right, the good old Glock 23. It was my companion for a long time. Oh man. Let's just go out long range, see if I can hit the gong. Wow. I should never have dropped the Glock 23, I guess. Oh, there's another bowling pin. Glock 23, that is one thing we can talk about. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, one other thing on the get back checking out videos. A lot of them are demonetized, and so it's not so much that we don't get the whatever tenth of a penny or whatever for 1 million views or whatever on those specific videos. Although it does mount up, so it makes a difference in everybody's YouTube income. That's why you hear so many people talking about it. It's a fact that they don't, I think, get in the algorithm the same way. They don't get suggested and they don't get viewed as much quite often. Okay, so be sure so when one is set for limited or no ads, that's the thing I think about. Oh heck, it's not going to get out there as much, and we put a lot of work in that video, and a lot of our regular viewers, semi-regular viewers, are not even going to see it maybe, and that kind of thing. So please check out from the home channel what we're doing, if you will, and come back and catch those videos. Don't rely on YouTube, because that's totally out of our hands for them, recommending them and all that kind of thing. So, because a lot of them are just demonetized. And then make sure, again, I'll say earlier, keep up with the Second Amendment issues. I've mentioned some channels, and I've forgotten some channels, but there's a lot of people that really do a great job, almost on a daily basis, of keeping everybody up to date on that. The Guns and Gadgets, Mr. Guns and Gear. Okay, I forgot to mention him. He does an excellent job on that. Not every day, but when there's an issue, And of course, Tim from Military Arms Channel, Johnny B. I've mentioned. Who else? Iraq Vet does some good stuff on that. And you're getting around. You're seeing it, I'm sure. Anybody, as I said last week, that doesn't know what's going on with some of the crazy bills that pop up and the gun legislation, the proposals, how can you not know? Okay, and if it comes out of your state, you should be telling us about it. And just spread the word. The information is out there. Keep up with it. Okay, very, very important stuff. If you're not keeping up with this, you and me, if we're not keeping up with it, we're part of the problem, not part of the solution. What else was I going to talk about? I was going to talk a little bit about the bug. It's interesting, isn't it? This thing has really evolved. The first couple, I'm no expert. The first couple of weeks, there was really serious concern. I don't know, it could be like Ebola, I don't know, and so, nobody got too crazy upset or anything. But isn't it sad how it's become a left-right thing? Imagine that, like everything does, right? Firearms, yeah, you name it, sunshine, it becomes a left-right thing. One group always has something to gain from almost anything that comes up. It's sad, isn't it? An opportunity for more control, or whatever it might be. So I don't know. It's just, and I don't know how many of you saw that. Some of it heavy because you sent it to me. I had seen it before that, but I thought about sharing it. I thought, well, there are certain things I'm not willing to risk our entire project get shut down over. Okay, we feel like we've done something for the Second Amendment here the last 12 years, and in order to share one thing or post one thing or do something, I'm not going to risk getting shut down, for that. You need to keep your priorities straight, whatever you're doing. But the video from the couple of doctors in California, Erickson and somebody else, it was about a 45-minute video. It's been taken down, I think, the main part of it, and it was reposted with maybe a different name. I don't know what the status on that is now, but I watched that, and my wife and I watched it too on the TV on YouTube one night. And she's like a nurse for 40 years, knows a little bit about medicine and everything too. And of course, I'm a genius in any area, right, of endeavor. But I found that very interesting. I found it, see if you can find that. Very interesting discussion, okay? And it helps put things in perspective, some of which I had heard before. But, it just looks like we've overdone it now. Once the facts are out there now, the data, there's enough data, information out there. There was not the first week or two, right? But there is now. So we know the risks. Again, I'm in a high-risk group to some extent, because of age. And so, hey, I've not been hiding out too much, and I definitely don't plan to hide out. Just plan to be smart and go on with my life. And I think that's what most people want to do. Shutting down the entire economy has been pretty extreme, I think we've realized. And so I think people are ready to get out. And today, I think this early May, they're going to get out. You're seeing a lot of civil disobedience. You're probably going to see more, right? So anyway, it's a shame that even this, that you can just read, you just see the agenda. You see what motivates some people, whether it's to get more money for certain programs or just what it is. It's so transparent. It's so obvious, and it's sad because it's hard to know what the truth is sometimes because of this big split we have in this country, the left, right, and how always fighting over everything, and how depending on the name of the person, how they're going to be so fervently condemned no matter what they do, no matter what they say. All right. So, I've said it before, like the President Trump could, regardless of your party, and if it was Obama, be the same way. They could literally almost commit murder on the White House lawn, either one, if only the opposing party witnessed it. Okay, because who would believe it? It's because they're a Republican or because they're a Democrat. That's the only reason they're saying that they saw, and they're lying. I mean, we're to that point where, depending on what party you're in, which one you lean to, left or right, that you just pretty much are ignoring the other side. It's gotten really crazy. So anyway, it's a shame this guy has gotten so politicized. But I think it is time for the economy to get rolling again. Some people, sadly enough, one reason, I sense, I might be wrong, that don't want things to open up at all. They don't even see a need for a business. They think the government owns everything, that the government's responsible for them, in their livelihood. Just let the government take care of me. We don't need business. They don't have no concept of where real wealth, real money comes from, you know. I don't know, it's sad. It's sad, it really is. I think everything comes from the government, I mean to tell you. So, you know, and of course, as I've said before, there are people who always take the contrarian view. You got to watch for that. You really do. There are people like that, just like that person I was talking about earlier that you just never can really trust. You know, you over time you learn who those people are, the two-faced folks or whatever, and you have to work around them, and hopefully they're gone at some point from your company or school or whatever. But it's the same thing, excuse me, with people. If you notice someone who, they're fine people of integrity and everything, but they always take the conspiratorial view, or they always take the contrarian view, no matter what it is that comes up, no matter what it is, and they see the conspiracy in it. Well, it's like crying wolf, isn't it? You know, there's not always a conspiracy. There might be a conspiracy. The contrarian view, the opposite view, might be the correct view sometimes. That might be where the truth is, okay, or it might be in the middle. But it's not always that way. So when someone's always saying, "Oh no, they're just trying to pull the wool over our eyes. There's no truth in that," that kind of thing. So like when this business with this current bug came about, you know, people who were just immediately, you know, calling it a hoax or this isn't real or whatever, they have no credibility. They didn't know. They didn't know. As time has moved on, no, definitely not a hoax, but as far as an overreaction, possibly so, right? Now that we have a lot of information, and it's weeks and weeks and weeks, months into it, then we can more accurately evaluate, and then, you know, we may have a contrarian view now based on knowledge, not just based on always wanting to be the smart one, you know, that knows the real story, you know. So that's the thing you want to watch for. There are people like that, aren't there? They always know the better way because they're smarter than the rest of us, okay? And they actually are not, but that's the one way they can appear smarter. At least they think they're appearing smarter. But if you see through it, you realize, no, you're the dummy. All right, let's shoot some more. 40 caliber. Nice. Target. Let's shoot that target some more. I'm going to shoot the buds. The SDI. Talon grip. Federal. All right, yeah, all kinds of targets on that target. I didn't even realize that. I guess since I have the 40 out here, I ought to talk a little bit about 40. Oh man, we were so excited. I was, that's back when I was competing, doing a little bit of the USPSA, 89, 90, 91. And when this came out, the word it was coming and everything, we were excited because you can still have high capacity around that can make major. You got minor and major power factors, you know, and all that. And then I got one of the first ones in Tennessee, Glock 22, competed with it. And it was pretty cool. Had to buy factory ammo. That's all there was available. And only one brand. It was Winchester. That little white and yellowish box. That's all there was, if you could find it. And I got enough to shoot in a match or two. And might have been, as I've said before, the first person maybe in Tennessee to shoot in a USPSA match with 40 caliber, because I scrounged that ammo up as soon as I got the gun, and there's nobody shooting it yet, you know. But I may not have been, but I might have been. So I was kind of excited about everything, and interest has waned, though, hasn't it, in the 40? You know, how many videos and articles are there about the 40 being dead and useless, not really needed anymore? And I myself, you know, when I carry a gun this size, I'm generally carrying a Glock 19, you know, and you know, 9mm ammo is great. You know, it's a great ammo that does about what a 40 ammo will do, even 45. Or, you know, as I talked about in the Caliber Warrior video, hope you've seen, you know, all about that. You're drilling, you know, handguns are not like rifles, you know, you're just drilling holes, by and large. And having more weight in the bullet is not a bad thing. but it's not as good as we tend to want to think it is. I think generally that's what the researchers will tell you, experts. But again, a little more weight, bigger bullet, ain't a bad thing either, is it? All else being equal, it ain't a bad thing. Uh, I, yeah, I'm not, you know, I'm not really in a mood to take a big stance on the 40 one way or the other. It's a good round. I think it's catching it more than it really deserves lately, probably. It's a fine round. I've always found it reliable. I reloaded it for years and years. I shot probably more rounds through a Glock 23 than finally till I broke the locking block on it. It cracked and broke and locked the gun up. Now, that's not a condemnation of Glock. They take a lot of beating. I shot so many thousands of rounds, just plinking, practice, competition with that gun, just like this one. It was a like Gen 3, I guess, 2 or 3. And I mean, I just liked it. You might remember one of the early videos we did, those what we call them, long range, Glock 23 at long range or at 230 yards over there on front of my house, because I can shoot over there across the hill, across the first range to the 230 yard gong. We did 4 or 5 videos like that with the Model 29 and different ones. Look them up. The resolution is not very good. These are early videos, like 11 years ago probably. And I know with the one of my Glock 23s, I popped that gong over there several times. It was a really old Glock 23. I mean, they're accurate, a nice bullet, and all that. So I do think a lot of the hate for the Glock 23, well, the 40, Smith & Wesson, whatever the firearm is, okay, is unwarranted. There's more hate than there needs to be for it. That's just the way of the internet. We can't just discuss anything. We've got to either love something or hate it, right? That's social media. It's just silly, isn't it? There really are. The older I get, the more I mess with social media, the more I realize I need a drink. No, the more I realize that too, but the more I realize how fake so much of social media is. Really it is, because people it brings out all the idiots for one thing, that need the attention or desperate for the attention. And it also turns people into something they're almost not. Or it presents the worst side of people, I think. Greg Gutfeld talked about that a few months ago, I remember. It's, I think what he say, Facebook is everybody's worst self or something like that, And I think all of social media is a little bit like that. It shows the worst side. It's like everybody's had a fifth of whiskey. Okay, how people reveal the worst sides of themselves when they've drunk too much. It's a little bit like that. Social media has intoxicated, I think almost all of us, and we just show our worst side. We can't be in the middle or any of the gray areas on anything. It's like, why post if I don't have an opinion? If I don't have a strong opinion. And so let's see, what do I think? What do I think about that? Well, what would make a good comment? I really think that's part of it, Right, I can do a video on that, but I can't be milquetoast. I got to go one way or the other with a strong opinion on that. What is my opinion? What strong opinion could I have on that? Yeah, am I crazy? Yeah, well, yeah, don't answer that, but that's a lot of it, I think. It brings out the word. It's all black and white. It's either hate or love, it seems like, And that's, I think, some of what we see about the 40 caliber. And the other thing, while I'm on that topic, I think the social media and everybody being a publisher, I don't mean just doing videos like this, I mean just posting a comment, like Facebook or anything, or whatever. Everybody posts stuff on social media now almost. So I think it actually, here I am playing Freud or somebody, it plays with our mind in even a deeper way, to where we're digging around in our brain, even when we're not at the computer or phone ready to post something. I think we're always digging around in our brain if we're not careful. And I do kind of exclude myself for the most part, I have to say, because I don't really do that much, post much on just general social media. It's just mostly for this project to post stuff for y'all. But I think people are more likely generally to be digging around in their brains for strong opinions on things. And they're digging around, they're thinking, rolling things around, trying to maybe develop stronger opinions about things that they otherwise maybe would not have had. They would not have developed. They might not even believe them strongly. But they've got to post something. The whole world, I mean, think about the average person. They're on some I might have heard of, with Instagram, and they're on Facebook and YouTube and different things. And what's the other one I've been seeing? I don't know. There's another one out there I've seen referred to. Apparently, a lot of people are using now. I don't even know what it is, but maybe it's MySpace. That's it. Yeah. I'm gonna move all my stuff to MySpace. No, but I think there's something to that, right? That's my opinion. That we become someone that we're not in a lot of ways. We express opinions that we really don't believe that strongly, but it's just felt good to say it. I know John especially, and a few times I can recall where somebody's been really snarky and mad or mean or something, and we've called them on it or answered them or something. And ask them what that's about, and then they or explain something to them, and then they like back off totally. Say, well, yeah, I didn't really mean it that way. I was having a bad day, or I realized that. Sorry. It's like, and then but what they wrote to begin with was like bizarre. It was like full of hate, and then you're like, wow, they didn't really mean it, or they didn't think about this or what, and they were just so hateful, or whatever the comment was. It wasn't just like, like any of us could do occasionally. Maybe you come off a little curt, a little short, or don't explain enough and say something we think is a little funny in reply maybe, but we don't use a smiley face, and they interpret it wrong. That can happen to any of us. Not much to me, because I just don't do that. I don't. If I answer, I mean to be, unless it's some troll I'm answering or something, which is rare. I got better things to do. I'm not going to get into a I won't say it, but a contest on the internet with somebody, an argument. But so anyway, I think people they just type before they think, or they've got these, as I was saying, these notions of how they can be extreme, in their comment, and they really don't even, in a way, I guess that's a good thing. They don't really deeply believe it. It's sort of it's what you do on social media. Hey man, that's the game. That's what you do. You hate, use as much profanity as you can, and you hate everything, So I don't know. It's just, I know I'm an old guy, but I do like to analyze a little bit. It's just interesting, because I've met a lot of people in my life. I've had a lot of different jobs and traveled, and I just known a lot of people, worked several companies, taught 2 or 3 different places, and worked at 4 to 5 different companies, traveled. I just have met a lot of people, and I know how people kind of are. And yeah, they have all these same characteristics you see on the internet, on social media, but not nearly to that extreme, right? Or in those percentages. So I do think we become people we're not. And that's a good thing, isn't it? I got more ammo. Let's shoot. Here I go, getting too philosophical again. All right. That's what happens when you have a captive audience. They can't get away, even if you want to, right? All right. I got a Glock 22 magazine in here. Might have a couple more rounds. All right, 40 caliber. Let's go to the red plate. Oh man, that's a nice sound. Gone. That's a nice sound. Propane. Yeah. One thing, get away from my philosophy. One thing, lesson, psychology lesson, actually, right? I think I'm a psychologist. I'm a psychologist wannabe, I guess. I did take a lot of psychology courses in college. As far as electives, I've always found it interesting. So maybe that's why I try to psychoanalyze society. One reason I think, I might be a little wrong, but one reason I think the 40 gets condemned a lot is that it recoils more. I don't know if you could tell watching me shoot. It recoils more than a 9. Many of you have fired 40, you fired 9. You know what I'm talking about. In the same size platform. Okay, Glock 23 versus Glock 19, same gun, same weight, and you can do that in any gun, any manufacturer, right? Glock 27, Glock 26, they got M&P shield and 40 versus 9, whatever, same barrel lengths and all that. Shoot them both. 40 is, what's the word we always use? Very snappy. It is. It's slower to get back down on target. I'll load a couple more. It really is. And it's harder to control. Now, what do we know about a lot of shooters? Well, we know a lot of things, don't we? We know one thing, though, is that if you haven't been shooting extensively, and even if you have, the 40 is going to kick more. It's going to be snappier for me or anybody else. And if you have just a moderate amount of experience shooting handguns, or this size handguns, or whatever, then it's going to be obvious to you when you shoot that, and you're going to have more trouble controlling it. All right? I'm going to try to shoot a little faster. It's just harder with this than it is with a 9. I'll come from the holster. What the heck? All right. Combat ready. Combat ready. Okay, bringing it around and popping those targets, it's a little slower than it is with a 9. I'm having to hang on to that thing tightly and maintain my grip and really focus on finding that sight picture again. All right, more so than with a 9. I think that's the reason a lot of people badmouth this so badly. They would never admit it. Never. I don't care who it is. If it's someone who's a trainer, someone who shoots a great deal, they would especially not admit it. It's a lot easier. The 40's dead. Give me my 9. I'm more impressive with my 9. I can impress more people with my 9. This thing kicks. I don't shoot it as well. I miss the target more often. I can't machine gun it. Give me my 9. 40's dead anyway. Who carries a 40? No need for it. Bullet technology is to the point where there's no difference. Don't need it. All right? I think that's part of it. I really do. Now, I'm in that category to some extent. I admit all that. It is harder. Not a lot. Not enough to matter for a defensive gun at all. And I've gone mostly to the 9. So I'm sort of one of those people that does believe there's not enough difference to warrant, the different caliber. But sometimes I wonder. I think we all do. I think we all have those fantasies, not really fantasies, but especially me, because I shoot so much. I can handle that 40, essentially as well as the 9. There's a difference, like I just said. So I don't have probably as convincing a reason not to be packing this, because I really don't mind it. The recoil doesn't bother me a bit. I love the feel of it. In fact, sometimes I think I shoot it better because the front sight jumps up a little more, and I don't know, I'm able to kind of get back on the target. Oh, I really noticed that when I would shoot both a lot, the 9 and the 40, with the 27, 26, or this and the 19. If I just shot them both on the table and went back and forth, I got to watch it. I don't know, I ended up shooting that 9 lower or something. I'd pull the barrel down, the muzzle down on the thing, because I was expecting more recoil. I just had more trouble with it, and actually shot this better. So anyway, I don't know. I didn't come out to do a review of the the 40 necessarily, but I think it gets a bit of a bad rap. I think it is a good round. Don't feel like you're just really weird because you like the 40 or you carry the 40. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you look at the energy. You got all the same good bullets. They're a little heavier, and there's going to be more energy when it hits. And works just fine. Works just fine. Then the other group of people that want to badmouth the 40 are the 10 millimeter fans, right? Well, don't compare it with a 10 millimeter. Oh, how goofy is that? Well, let's just compare the 22 long rifle with the 223. I mean, 10 millimeters is another class totally. A bigger, heavier gun, and all that kind of thing. The thing about the 40, and of course, as you realize, the reason that we compare the 40 and the 9 so often is it's available in basically the same guns, the 40 and the 9. And so you can have either caliber, the same gun, and almost the same capacity, Whereas once you get to 45, 10 millimeter too, to some extent. I mean, you don't have to. It's going to kick like crazy, in a gun this weight. I'm trying to think of someone who makes one for 10. But 45s generally and 10s generally are bigger, heavier guns. And the reason a lot of people like the 9 or the 45 and forget the 40, well, a 45 is much softer to shoot, really, than the 40. And generally it is. Take a Glock, for example, staying in the Glock line. Take a Glock 41, a Glock 21, 45 caliber. And they're just nice to shoot. Now, they kick a little bit, but they feel good. It's a big push, and you got a heavy gun and all that. They're fun to shoot. 9 millimeter, fun to shoot. You pick up the 40 though, it's a lighter gun generally, same as a 9, and you get that hopping around on you. It wants to hop. Okay. So anyway, I think that's one of the reasons that a lot of people forget the 40. It kicks too much. Even experienced shooters. I tell you, I could go back to it. And you may see that happen sometime. You might. Part of the thing is there's so many nice pocket guns, like in 9 millimeter, that I like, and I like to be consistent in what I'm carrying as much as possible. This is a 43X, but I tell you, nothing wrong with the 40 at all, and don't feel like an inferior human if you still like the 40. All right, you'll see lots of videos and articles and Google the 40 is dead. I'll bet you find 10 articles that have that in the title or something. The 40 sucks, or whatever people want to say. 40 is dead, and that gets back to getting attention to your article, your video, your blog, or whatever it is. You can't be in the middle on anything. You can't take the middle road, can you? Because you're wimpy, you're wishy-washy, all right? You've got to have a strong opinion one way or the other. Just like in the sports talk world, you've got to have an interesting take. If you've got an interesting take, as they call it, we'll take your call and we'll hear you. We got to have something that gets views that people enjoy listening to. And so it's just the way it is, the way of the world. So it's one reason we appreciate you all so much, because we typically we don't pizzazz you much, do we? We just kind of review guns, talk about guns, talk about a lot of other things, try to put you to sleep, right, like today. And and a lot of you come and watch for some reason, and we really appreciate it. We really do. Which reminds me too that we're right at, I think, 5 million subscribers, and obviously those are just kind of votes. People have seen a video and hey, I'm gonna subscribe. Hopefully get notified, which doesn't seem to be happening right a lot these days. But it's 5 million votes that hey, we like what y'all do, plus the over 1 billion views. People kind of like something about it. So I mean, to us, that's a we see that as it's a compliment to us, but it's a compliment to you all, that you don't have to have a pink elephant to get your attention. Get away, B. You're interested in the guns. The guns are the stars of our videos, and you know, you're interested in it, and you willing to put up with long videos, ugly people talking too much, and all that sort of thing. So unedited videos, you know. So it's a compliment to you all, I think, that you have actually an attention span of more than that gnat or what it was that was flying in front of the lens there. So I ought to wrap it up. We've been doing a lot of shooting. We've been gotten the bows limbered up again. Maybe you'll see a little more archery. And oh my gosh, the Taurus G2C. Many of you will be glad to see that. You've been requesting that. What else? Wait, man, we've had some cool stuff out. The Model 97 Winchester shotgun lately, the Model 12, the LRX snub nose, that bunt line from Cimarron, Trapdoor Springfield, the Model 1300 Winchester shotgun. I had it out. The Glock 20 again. I mean, a lot of my guns, some guns that have come from buds, and we've been pretty busy. And then, like I say, lots of guns coming and going, and cleaning and shooting, and videos, and some comparisons, and just different things. I've had a lot of fun in April. I really have, and it's been a lot of fun. You know, getting this out again is fun. Essentially, this turned into a video, a revisit, didn't it? Sort of, but I should maybe do a regular video on the 40. I think we did a Glock 23 revisit. Maybe I'll do a 40 revisit. Or I know, I can't do that. Can't do that. If I want anybody to watch it, what do we need to call that video? Is the 40 dead? How's that? The 40 doesn't suck, or something like that. Okay. Would the Glock 40 kill 2 elephants with 1 shot? Yeah, I don't know. We'll think of a title to get people to watch. But yeah, maybe I'll do something with that. Now I know a lot of you watch these, and I'm glad you do. But you know, an actual gun video. We're doing this just a gun, not all this rambling. We'll do something maybe on that. Okay. I enjoy shooting that thing. I'm going to shoot it some more after you're gone. Do you mind? I thought you would not. So. Again, new subscribers, oh my gosh, you know, for the last few months, a lot of people have been home watching the videos, and that's another reason. You know, views have been up even. Not only are we able to continue working, you know, views are actually up, you know, and subscribers. You know, gosh, it's been 3,000-4,000 a day, new subscribers some days, you know, just a lot of new folks. And again, try to have sympathy for some of the comments you might see. Because you know, people just don't, you know, a lot of new people, and a lot of them are new gun owners, or they don't even own guns, and so they might make some stupid comments or silly comments, or they might be young, they may be game-related comments. That's all right. That's all right. And you know, try to have some you know, understanding, you know, anyway. And then the young people are more likely to, you know, type out comments, you know, probably than a lot of older people sometimes anyway. I've seen so many people, they'll write me on Facebook or something. I've seen the ones I see, man, I'm getting way too much on Facebook. So again, I apologize because I can't get through it all. And I'll see comments so I've been watching your video for 10 years. I've never posted a comment, or I've never done it, but I just wanted to say this or say that. So lots of times, you know, people just don't comment, of course. Do I need to tell you that, right? But yeah, lots of activity and lots of new people. And we want to bring those folks in. And hopefully most of them will become serious supporters of the Second Amendment, you know, Bill of Rights, the Constitution, and get really involved in the endeavor, the hobby, the sport, right? That's what we want. That's the ultimate goal. And that's why we do the FAQ videos, by the way. Posted a new one. I linked to the FAQ playlist. That's one of the videos. Now, I have a bunch of playlists. If you go to the playlist, you'll see stuff with military rifles, U.S. military rifles, or whatever. I quit trying to keep that updated years and years ago. Okay, so don't base your viewing, your historical viewing of our channel, the old videos, on those. Okay, just go to the channel and search, bolt action rifles or whatever, caliber. You can search by a lot of things. Name of the rifle, name of the gun, it's the best, right? And it'll call up, of course, all the videos we've done on that topic or that gun. But now the FAQ videos, I have kept up pretty well. I did notice, I looked at that this week, and I am missing 8 or 10, and I'm going to get in there. So the FAQ video will be up to date. There's like 89 of them now, and they're all very, very short. There's something about going to a video, and you go to edit, and when you add it to a playlist, it doesn't always get added. I mean, it gets frustrating, and I just don't do it. But there's only 8 or 9 that are not in there, so I'm gonna get that one up to date. The Sunday shoot-arounds are pretty much up to date, and they're all numbered, so if you don't see one, you can search for it. But the numbers are there, and this is number 18, as it says on the target. Yeah, number 18. So you can find them. But anyway, some of the playlists like that, they are up to date. There's a couple more, I think. I think I'm going to try to, over the next few months, to get some of those things that are numbered, like FAQ, maybe Deep Woods Thoughts. Some of those are easier to keep up with. We've got so many different rifles. I know what happened early on, too. Yeah, I think I had a playlist category for like military rifles or something, and sure as the world, there'd be some guns. Well, is that a military rifle? Well, it sort of uses. Should I put that here? Should I put that here? And I'd create another playlist for that. And I ended up with way too many playlists. I wasn't sure where to put a lot of things. As you're always busy. You're in the process of uploading or getting it configured to go on to something else, and so I just wouldn't do it. So a lot of videos back through there. I guess if they all were in playlists, they'd probably get more views. I don't know, but you can search anybody's channel. You now do that. Look at FAQ video number 54. We did that out at Monument Valley, explaining how to search a person's YouTube channel. Okay. So anyway, I've talked long enough. I'm going to let you go. And again, thanks for the 5 million subscribers. Appreciate you all. I know all of you don't come back every time, of course, but from time to time you do. You find us. You probably get an occasional notification, or you actually respond to it occasionally. So we appreciate all of you. I hope you get back more often. And again, hope you get back through you won't see it posting every day, but you'll see one really often. And on your off days now, when we don't post a video, almost everybody watching can still have a new video every day. I guarantee you, for a long, long time, because on the off days, there are probably hundreds of videos we've done you've not seen. You don't want to admit it. Yeah, you're kind of shy about admitting that you've not seen all 1,800. You feel guilty about it, right? You feel ashamed of yourself. Well, you can assuage that shame by making up for that, getting at your homework. How's that? How's that for a plan? Good thing nobody else can hear. Good thing nobody can see me out here in the woods or hear me talking, really. Good thing nobody will see this. Yeah, they'd really worry about my mental state, don't you imagine? Yeah, probably would. So anyway, we really appreciate you all. Appreciate you supporting everybody that supports the channel. And, we're really lucky, as I am well aware. We have people willing to sponsor the channel. I know it brings out the envy in a few people, because they don't have a sponsor on their YouTube channel. Neither does their sister or their grandma. I know. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. But we really value our sponsors. We value your viewership, subscribers, all of you. We're not always begging you to subscribe and that kind of thing. We never have done that, but we just really do appreciate you coming and watching. And hey, my timer went off. Did I just take an hour? I thought it'd been about 2 hours by now. But we really do appreciate you, and we wouldn't be doing this if you weren't watching. How's that? We might be crazy. Well, actually, we'd be doing a lot of what we do, but if nobody was watching, we wouldn't be putting a camera up and filming it. Okay, I wouldn't be coming over here with the camera on a tripod for the Sunday shoot-arounds and talking to it for even 1 minute, much less a whole hour. You know, I just probably wouldn't be doing that, because if nobody was watching, I would be in a straitjacket probably, after a few times doing that. You can imagine. So, hope you get a chance to shoot this week. If not, clean those guns. Many of you will be getting out more now. There is risk, but it seems to be, I won't say minimal, but you look at the numbers and the data, the real numbers, and it's out there. What are the odds? It's a similar risk to a lot of other things. And so I think a lot of you, as well as myself, will be getting out more, and it's nice. It's going to be warmer weather. We're going to be out eating in restaurants. That was really cool today to do that, and I plan to do that a lot in the next few weeks, and to help support the businesses as much as possible that have been out of business, for a while, even though we've been doing that all along in different ways. So, hope you can get out and try not to catch anything. And most of you will probably survive. Most of you. That's the main thing. Life is good.